but I'm going to ask you to transport yourselves back into the first century and the Apostle Paul, who is a Greek-speaking Jew who was born in Tarsus, which is in modern-day Turkey. And he has experienced a radical conversion from somebody who was persecuting proto-Christians to become the nascent movement's most effective spokesperson. That's a lot of what the book of the Acts of the Apostles is about. Paul, as the apostle, the teacher, convincing Gentiles that this new sort of brand of Judaism is fundamentally true and that they are welcome to join, whether they're Jew or Greek, slave or free, male or female.
Hello, greetings, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am doing a video entitled, Christians Are Gay with the Apostle Paul. Christians are gay with the Apostle Paul instead of being the bride with God. And I know this because they're always referencing Paul or the writings of Paul more than they're doing the writings of God. Instead of talking to God, they are DMing Paul on the side with texts of unthinkable, abominable things. Every time I bring up a Bible verse, specifically from God, Christians always follow up with a verse from Paul, like it's supposed to trump God. This is a topic that might seem provocative. However, if we're being honest, it's the truth. This is a crucial topic for understanding the dynamics between God teaching and the writings from Paul, specifically those that were canonized in the Greek or the New Testament. So the influence of Paul. Paul is undoubtedly one of the most influential figures in Christianity, particularly in the Western world. Uh, when discussing biblical verses, it's common for Christians to always reference Paul like they supersede the writings of God, or at least God's commands. This raises an important question. Should we prioritize God's teachings or Paul's interpretations? Um, God asks his followers to be faithful to him, because in Deuteronomy 18, we are warned against adding or subtracting from God's word. Yet, we often see Paul doing the exact opposite. For instance, he advises Jews and Gentiles not to follow God's commands, which can be seen as contradictory to God's original teachings. So let's look at some specific verses. I'm in Romans 10, 6 through 8, and Deuteronomy 30, 11 through 14. They present different perspectives on how to approach God's law. While Deuteronomy emphasizes that God's law is not too difficult to keep, Paul, he suggests otherwise. So in Deuteronomy 30, 15 through 19, God encourages us to choose life by following his commandments. However, Paul's teachings often imply that salvation comes through faith in Jesus rather than obedience to God's law. In conclusion, the question it remains, who should we believe, God or Paul? It's crucial to understand that sin is defined as not keeping God's commandments. If Paul teachings lead us to disregard God's commandments, then I think it's essential to reevaluate our priorities. Um, Personally, I believe that Paul's beliefs are a theological disaster. They're an absolute nightmare. He constantly flips and molests the text to say something different. So I challenge you to stop being down low with Paul and choose God and live. So the call to action is Let's build a direct relationship with God and follow his teachings without any intermediaries. Okay? Let's choose life and let's continue to be married with God and not gay with Paul. Thank you.